All right, folks, getting set to go with our next race. Rotax Minimax is now going to run in the third slot. We're flip-flopping Minimax and I believe Briggs & Stratton Sr. They'll be the final race of the day. So our Minimax drivers presented by GBR Karting getting set to go here, and it will be Gianfranco Mazzofera on the pole in the number 114 alongside the 177 at Devlin DeFrancesco. They had an amazing battle in the pre-final. We'll see if they fire that up again here. JP Hutchinson, the 198, going to start on the inside third, while Stephen Bachelot will start on the outside in the 167. Row number 3 will be Terry Cote in the 119 and Alexander Murphy in the 188. Row 4, Joe Serrano in the number 108 and Garrett Galunchen in the 143. Row 5, Natal Canton in the 150 and Austin Riley in the number 120. Remember, Canton was the pole sitter. Watch for him to work his way back up. Jeff Fulham's going to start 11th alongside Adams Lassard. Then it'll be Samuel Lupien and Charles Robin on row number 7. That's 13th and 14th respectively. And Gianluigi Pelego will start in the 15th position inside of row number 8. Drivers now on the racetrack for one more warm-up lap.
On vous présente la finale Minimax présentée par GBR Karting. Une course qui sera sûrement très enlevante. En tout cas, on a eu droit à des courses de qualification très excitantes et une pré-finale également très excitante. Rob vient nous donner la grille de départ il y a quelques instants. Nathael Quentin dans le 150 partira 9e. Lui qui était sur la pole au tout début a eu des problèmes à toute fin de sa pré-finale. Alors, on verra ce que ça va donner. Ils sont en tour de formation.
16 laps. 16 laps we'll have here in our main event for our Minimax drivers. 16 circuits around the racetrack, and again, it's going to be an exciting one with Mazzofera and DeFrancesco running in the 1 and 2 spot here to start. Man, they were exciting in the pre-final, going back and forth. They passed each other, got to be 7, 8, 9 times there in the second half of that race. So these guys want to lead, they want to win, and again, the national championship for Canada up for grabs here.
Ce sont des jeunes très dynamiques au volant. Alors, on a vu Mazzafero et De Francesco qui se sont échangés ces positions dans la pré-finale plusieurs fois. J'ai l'impression que ça va se poursuivre pour cette finale de Minimax dans quelques instants. Ils sont en formation et on va leur donner le coup de départ pour cette course de 16 tours. Évidemment, le drapeau vert sera agité seulement si la formation est acceptable.
Drivers now working their way down the back straightaway. Everybody in position. No, the yellow flag will fly this time by. Didn't like it. Now let's have a look over at our race director, Mr. Bill Oakman, and he will walk back across the track to say hello.
Taking a little walk. Monsieur notre directeur de course de l'autre côté qui va se déplacer tout doucement pour aller leur faire signe de ralentir un petit peu. On était très énervés. On voyait le signaleur dès le départ qui donne le coup de départ, qui leur faisait signe allez, allez, on se calme, mais les jeunes étaient un petit peu trop excités. They got to be excited about this, you know. This is it, man.
That's it. They're fired up. We're talking about the younger kids here. This is the Minimax category, 9 years, I think 9 to 12 or 10 to 12 years of age. You can be 13 as well, I believe, in the category if you're at the top end. These kids are just fired up, man. They're ready to go. They got a hot rod underneath them. They want to get it going. Let's go. Let's fire up. So, not surprising. It happens quite a bit. Some of these drivers, you see the older drivers in the Masters categories are real slow coming up to the grid. They do probably the best starts. The young kids a little fired up.
Yeah. Mais je pense que cette fois, ils vont se calmer un petit peu. On voit déjà la formation beaucoup plus au ralenti que tout à l'heure. C'est évidemment lorsqu'ils auront pris le virage 13 que on va voir si ça va se corser. Dans quelques secondes, ils seront sur le dernier droit pour le drapeau vert.
So again, 2 by 2, we have 15 drivers in the field. Mazzofera and DeFrancesco, row 1. Hutchinson, Bacalo, row 2. Cote Murphy, row 3. Serrano, Galunchen, row 4. Canton and Riley, row 5. Fulham and Lassard, row 6. Lupien and Robin, row 7. Pelego alone on row number 8. Starter says we have it. Green, green, green. Racing up into turn 15 for the first time. Inside row trying to hold on, but DeFrancesco from the outside gets the whole shot. He will lead. Mazzofero into second.
Wow, DeFrancesco qui a passé rapidement et c'est lui qui mène devant Mazzofero. Hutchinson est troisième. Côté est quatrième et Serrano cinquième.
Really good start for J.P. Hutchinson, the number 198 Tony Kart, as he slots into the third position ahead of Terry Cote in the 119 and Joe Serrano in the number 108. Driver who went around there over in turn number 15 to kick things off was that number 125 of Adams Lassard. He was off the racetrack and now classified down in 15th position.
Battling again for first. Ça se bagarre déjà dans le virage numéro 10 entre De Francesco et Mazzaferro. Je pense que ça va être comme ça toute la course. On a eu droit à cette pré-finale fantastique avec ces deux pilotes qui se sont bagarrés tout au cours de cette course. Et voilà qu'ils sont maintenant dans le droit.
We're going to see a pass right now. I know it. Mazzaferro wants to lead, and of course he does. Down the inside. Side by side coming through one. DeFrancesco doesn't give it up. He says, hey, you got to bring more than that if you want to come by me in turn 15.
But look at that. Everybody else got a little closer. Tout le monde s'est rapproché derrière DeFrancesco. Mazzaferro, Hutchinson and Côté maintenant très près l'un de l'autre.
5-driver breakaway early on here right now. Elaine DeFrancesco in the 177, Mazzaferro in the number 114, Hutchinson in the 198, Cote the 119, and Serrano in the number 108, having a good run from 7th, now up into 5th.
On va voir si ça va se poursuivre, mais Hutchinson a semblé avoir des petits problèmes et ça l'a relégué un petit peu plus loin derrière. Hutchinson had a tough time in turn 5 and 6 there and got a little behind.
Mazzaferro in the 114 had a good look. I know he wants to go by here, and it just wasn't quite enough as DeFrancesco showed him, hey, I'll hold on to the outside. Driver's hopping there, trying to get the car to go into a higher rev limit here. This time, Mazzaferro to the inside. Book it. He's through. Mazzaferro now into the lead, and here comes Hutchinson. Let's see if he tries DeFrancesco. Down into turn number 1. Here comes Hutchinson. No, he tucks back in behind him.
Très beau dépassement au bout du droit pour Mazzaferro qui a pris la place de Francesco, donc il est meneur, mais derrière c'est Hutchinson qui a tenté de profiter, mais ça n'a pas passé au virage numéro 1.
DeFrancesco trying to spool things back up again as Mazzaferro's been able to stretch out to a little bit of an advantage. DeFrancesco now having to think about a aggressive Hutchinson in the 198 Tony Kart right behind him, trying to find a way by, and Terry Cote the 119 there in 4th as well, ready to pick up any kind of bits.
And talk about drivers coming from way back is Nathaniel Quentin, who started 9th. It looks like he's now in 5th from what I understand.
Good pick up there. Natalie Canton in the number 150 has now rolled his way up into, I believe, the 4th or 5th position. Looks like 5th now as he's trying to close up on Cote.
Nathaniel Quentin dans le kart 150. Voyons voir si c'est lui qui est bien 5e. Oui, effectivement. Je pense, oui, il est 5e. Il passe devant nous. Voici nos 5 les plus rapides. Mazzaferro, De Francesco, Hutchinson, Cote, and Quentin.
Let's have a look at the fast time, too. A 57.3 that last lap before last. He was 0.6 of a second quicker than the leaders. Wow. Kenton in the number 150. Burrell is coming on strong.
Quentin qui est parti 9e derrière. Lui qui était sur la pole lors de la pré-finale a eu des problèmes et malheureusement s'est classé 9e pour cette finale. Mais j'ai l'impression qu'il va être faire partie de l'histoire de cette course.
Mazzaferro continues to lead right now, and DeFrancesco in that 177, the blue entry, sitting right there with them in the 3rd spot. We are seeing yellows being thrown down there in turn number 9 like we have a driver off the racetrack, but the field now streaming down the back straightaway. DeFrancesco closing into the inside in turn number 15, but not enough. Canton as well, right there in 5th. Yeah. He's caught Cote, but hasn't gone by yet. We talked about that too. You can catch somebody, but you have to get by them when you get there. That's a different story.
Oui, évidemment, Mazzaferro, De Francesco, premier, deuxième, mais Quentin, même s'il rattrape tout doucement Cote, il devra le passer. Et ça, ce ne sera pas chose facile, alors que 198, Hutchinson est très près de Francesco maintenant. Mais beaucoup de pression sur De Francesco. Est-ce qu'il va réussir à le passer? A lot of pressure from Hutchinson on De Francesco there. Alors qu'on a toujours ce drapeau jaune agité dans le virage numéro 9. We still have that yellow in the 9th corner there. There's a cart that's outside of the track there.
Yeah, I can see a driver on the outside of turn number 9. They haven't dragged that car out of the way to the point yet that they can pull it in, and they have now. Yellow flag now being pulled back in, so turn 9 again available for passing.
Oh, Quentin tried a little bit here, but that didn't work here. Quentin qui a tenté à l'intérieur un petit peu de se pointer, mais ça n'a pas fonctionné. Les voici devant nous. Mazzaferro, De Francesco, Hutchinson, Cote, Quentin. Ce sont votre top 5 pour l'instant. Oh, un dépassement.
Both DeFrancesco and Hutchinson able to go by Mazzaferro, that time into turn number 1. DeFrancesco went down the inside. Yeah. Mazzaferro, of course, hung out to the outside, and Hutchinson, aggressive, dives down the inside as well. So J.P. Hutchinson in the number 198. We haven't talked a lot about him here this weekend, but he slowly worked his way forward, managing his tires as Ben Cooper did, and now he's a rocket.
Ouais, Hutchinson qui a été très rapide, qui a passé les deux pilotes devant lui. Il y a également Quentin qui semble vouloir mettre beaucoup de pression sur Côté derrière. Il pointe à chacun des virages, il se pointe d'un côté ou de l'autre. Voyons voir comment ça va se passer alors que là, on a un petit peu d'espace entre les deux. Voici Quentin qui tente le dépassement pour la 5e place alors qu'on a également un dépassement pour la 2e place.
Mazzaferro able to get back by Hutchinson right now, and that gives Devlin DeFrancesco, the number 177, a little bit of room.
C'est DeFrancesco maintenant, Mazzaferro 2e, Hutchinson 3e. Toujours côté Quentin derrière. At some points they're really close, and some other points they kind of stretch out.
Yeah, at that point there, that's only because Mazzaferro had some trouble. Obviously, had to lose a little bit of exit speed at the 15 going to the inside of Hutchinson, and that allowed DeFrancesco to stretch out. And here he is right back on him again, using that draft, getting right back up underneath him. Mazzaferro's pretty quick right now. I think he's going to be tough to beat here today. I know DeFrancesco's got some speed, but Mazzaferro looks very strong, closing right back up again here on DeFrancesco. And I would not be surprised if he tries to go right back by here on lap number 7 as we're just closing in on the halfway point of the 16-lapper.
Voilà, dans l'intérieur, effectivement, il va tenter le dépassement et c'est fait. On a un nouveau meneur.
Right back by.
Yeah.
We saw in the Briggs & Stratton race, Trevor Rancier said, hey, I'll just sit here in second spot. I'm good with that. Mazzaferro? No. I want to lead every lap.
Mazzaferro, DeFrancesco, Hutchinson, 1, 2, 3. Côté et Quentin derrière. Quentin qui ne semble pas pouvoir se rapprocher assez de côté pour le dépasser. Mais là, c'est côté qui est tout près de Hutchinson.
Hutchinson trying to hold on right now. A 2-driver breakaway here as we've got Mazzaferro and DeFrancesco now 1-2. It's actually DeFrancesco back into the lead as he was able to get by. So DeFrancesco again, your leader, but they're starting to pull away a bit from Hutchinson, who's now having to deal with Thierry Cote and Natalie Cantin.
Man, you got to have eyes everywhere. I was looking at the battle for third and also looked at the computer, then look up and boom, there's a change in the leader. Let's see if there's going to be another pass here. Voyons voir s'il y a un autre dépassement. On le voit arriver à l'intérieur encore une fois. Ouais, effectivement, on a un autre meneur.
Just exactly what we saw in the pre-final. Oh, it's Spinner, that's Cote. Cote goes off. Canton gets out to dry on the outside into the berms. He'll try to come back on. So Cote loops it coming through turn number 15. Canton with nowhere to go has to go to the outside and ends up hitting one of the berms and getting slowed right down. Canton all the way down to 11th position.
Wow, Nathalie Quentin, 11e maintenant, qui a eu un contact avec Cote. Pour l'instant, on va voir s'ils pourront remonter, mais j'en doute, il va manquer puisqu'on est dans... Il reste 7 tours à faire.
So Mazzaferro back out into the lead. Hutchinson trying to close back up to be part of this fight. Only 3 drivers remain in that lead battle as we just lost both Thierry Cote and Natalie Cantin back down to 10th and 11th after Cote spun in 15. So really shaking things up out front and of course giving a little more time for Hutchinson to look forward and not have to look backwards.
Ouais, alors on se retrouve maintenant avec un trio de meneurs qui vont passer juste là devant nous. C'est Mazzaferro, DeFrancesco, Hutchinson. Et maintenant, c'est Steven Bachelot qui est rendu 4e. Alexander Murphy is now in 5th place. Grulinchin is in 6th. Jeff Pullum is in 7th. Charles Robin is in 8th. Gianluigi Pallego, 9th. Thierry Cote maintenant 10e. Nathalie Quentin, 11e. Et Samuel Lupien, 12e.
Top 5 sees Mazzaferro leading, DeFrancesco 2nd, Hutchinson 3rd, then another 2 seconds back to Steven Bachelot in the number 167, who's having a solid drive here into 4th position, and Alexander Murphy in the 188 now capping off your top 5. 10 laps down, 6 to go here in this 16-lapper for Minimax, the category brought to you by Glover Brothers Racing, GBR Karting. They'll now work their way down. Mazzaferro with a little bit of an advantage now, stretching out probably 6 or 7 kart lengths. That's going to be worth about a half a second at the stripe. Mazzaferro trying to pull away.
DeFrancesco, Mazzaferro, DeFrancesco, Hutchinson. Il y a 6 dixièmes de seconde entre le meneur et DeFrancesco. Pour l'instant, il y a beaucoup moins de pression derrière lui. Peut se soucier un peu moins de ce qui se passe à l'arrière et regarder devant. Pour ce qui est des autres positions, Bachelot est 4e, Murphy 5e. Pas de changement pour l'instant. Ça se passe très, très bien. And these kids in the back there, Quentin, Cote, unfortunately, but they're going to get another late to race, that's for sure. They're young, and it's a part of the learning experience.
It is an experience, exactly that. You want to bring these kids to the Nationals so they've been here before, so that it's not a daunting experience next time they've come. They've been here, they understand it, they understand the procedures, and they've had a chance to race against some of the best drivers in the country, too. That's the great thing. It's you may run your club, you may run your regional, and you're running against a group of drivers you're racing against all the time. Well, when you get the top drivers from the West and the East and the Maritimes all coming together, the level of competition just raises their game and raises what the experience and the talent that they have because they've got to rise to the occasion.
Alors, il passe devant nous avec 4 tours à faire, pardon. 4 laps to go. Mazzaferro de Francesco Hutchinson. No changes there. Pas de changement dans ce qui a trait à nos meneurs.
We saw a pretty close battle between Mazzaferro and DeFrancesco early on in this race, but Mazzaferro has now taken firm grasp on P1, that lead position stretching out to almost a full second now over DeFrancesco. Last time by, he was almost 0.3 of a second quicker. A 57 flat for Mazzaferro, just a little bit quicker than his best lap of the race. DeFrancesco at 57.3, he's about a 10th off his quickest circuit.
Effectivement, Mazzaferro qui tourne rapidement avec un 57.055 alors que DeFrancesco est 3 dixièmes plus lent. Alors j'ai l'impression que Mazzaferro a une bonne carte pour le reste de cette course alors qu'on va donner un avertissement au 119, 119 getting...
DeFrancesco just turns his quickest lap of the race, a 57.227, but again, another 57 flat for Mazzaferro, so he's showing very good consistency. Mazzaferro, 3 consecutive laps at 57 flat. This kid is pulling away out front. An impressive display of driving skill for Gianfranco Mazzaferro in the Minimax number 114.
Mazzaferro qui augmente son avance sur DeFrancesco. Il est maintenant à 1,06 secondes d'avance sur la première place, sur la deuxième place de DeFrancesco. Hutchinson qui est derrière lui à près de 2 secondes du meneur, suivi de Baccialo et Murphy. Belle course bien faite par Mazzaferro qui semble en plein contrôle. Aujourd'hui, à cette finale Minimax, une course de 16 tours. Il ne nous reste plus que 2 tours à faire. 2 laps to go.
Mazzaferro just turned his fastest lap of the race. Guess what? Another 57 flat. 4 in a row. His 4 laps in a row separated by about 0.05 of a second. So consistent. 57.032 this time by. This kid is laying down lap after lap after lap. We have 2 laps remaining, and he just laid his fastest lap down.
Tel un métronome, Mazzaferro enfile les tours à 57 secondes exactement, ce qui, pour 3 tours d'affilée, avec à peine quelques centièmes de seconde de différence, vraiment, il tourne très bien. Mazzaferro qui est le meneur dans cette course, suivi de DeFrancesco et Hutchinson. Ils sont dans le droit. Évidemment, aucune chance pour DeFrancesco de se rapprocher encore une fois. On va leur donner, alors qu'ils vont passer devant nous, le signal du dernier tour. Juste ici, voilà. Last lap for these guys here.
Last lap board being shown to check this out. Another 57 flat for Mazzaferro. That last lap for Mazzaferro, just 0.06 of a second slower. But we have a driver in trouble here. The 198, I believe, of Hutchinson.
Whoa.
I think he's off the red. I think he just pulled off.
Yeah.
He did. From 3rd position, J.P. Hutchinson, a mechanical DNF. He'll drop off here in turn number 1. That's going to move Stephen Baccialo in the 167 into 3rd spot here now. Final lap on the racetrack, though. It's been consecutive 57 flats for Mazzaferro, who is absolutely amazing here today in the second half of this race. 57.038, his lap last time by, just 0.06 of a second slower than his quick lap of the race, and he leads it here through 15. Final lap on the racetrack, folks, coming through 15, through 16, your Canadian national champion in Minimax, Gianfranco Mazzaferro!
Followed by DeFrancesco and in 3rd place, yes, moving up, Baccialo moving up into 3rd place. 3e position, Baccialo qui a profité malheureusement de la sortie de celui qui était là en 3e place, Hutchinson, qui a eu un problème mécanique. Voilà, c'est comme ça que se termine cette finale Minimax avec la victoire de Gianfranco Mazzaferro devant DeFrancesco et Baccialo.